Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 45th episode of the PokéSells official podcast. My name is Rocco Mitchell, and I'm your host. And today, I'm here with a friend of mine from the Nashville area, another vendor, Sam, also known as SamhasCards on Instagram, I believe. And thank you, Sam, for coming on. It's going to be, I know this is going to be a great podcast, and I'm looking forward to our discussion. But before we begin, if you could just introduce who you are and what you do in Pokemon.
Yeah, my name is Sam Haskins. I also go by SamhasCards. I've been a collector since I was like 5 years old, and that has just transitioned into all the way up to me still collecting and vending, and just really Pokemon is my special interest. I mean, as you can see behind me and everything else. So, yeah, it's a big focal point of my life.
Yes, no, for sure. And it's been really cool I think, did we meet before you started? I think we met before you started.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I don't remember necessarily the first time we met.
Right.
It's been so long. And
you meet so many people, and
it's just been so long. But I remember that obviously you started vending, and you're always just like a really cool guy, and like a really cool, like just like fun, transparent, like open, like lively person. And it's been a joy to see you vend, and especially do your Instagram. And I guess the first time that I was like, oh yeah, like it kind of like clicked, and I was like, yeah, I know this guy was your out, obviously, you're like a big Alex video. Which was really cool. It was like awesome to see that video got like so much, like it kind of blew up, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it to be my first video and to get 200K views was like, whoa, just telling people about an error card that like I didn't know about until the day of the video. Like that's straight after work, like didn't even brush my hair, just came home, sat down, was like, I want to tell people about this card. And then it kind of gave me the confidence to keep doing it. So like we're still at the beginning stages, but it's very fun for sure.
Yeah, no, and it was really cool because I had like people that like I knew like from outside Nashville that they were telling me about it, and it was like, yeah, it's like I know the guy that did that. But very cool. It's been like really, really cool. And like it's just been all not obviously you're kind of like doing your own vending, and you bought that we can talk about it later. But you bought that card a couple weekends ago, which was absolutely wild.
Yeah, we'll talk about that for sure.
So yeah, obviously you said like you've been like a big Pokemon guy, you love Pokemon. But kind of like what is like your Pokemon story, I guess, or how did you like get into Pokemon?
Gotcha. So like the earliest I can remember is playing Pokemon Yellow on the Game Boy Color that we had when I was like, nice. 5 maybe. And of course playing it, and then getting the cards once I was able to was very awesome. The memories go so far back that I can barely remember them. So I was every Christmas I remember ripping Pokemon cards at the Christmas tree, sitting right there around it. I still to this day remember pulling a Venusaur EX from Fire Red Leaf Green on Christmas, sitting right in front of the tree. Like I do remember that. But awesome. My house burned down in 3rd grade, so like all the collecting and everything was just gone, and that was like hard because like I was like a young kid collector. My dad was in the military, so like all the young guys would come in and sell him his stuff. Young guys are wanting some money to go goof off on the weekends. He'd bring it home, we'd binder it, we'd box it, we'd keep it. We had some really cool stuff. So it wasn't just like I got to pull it. I got to learn collecting at a young age, and then it was all gone. So that was kind of hard. So after the fact, still collected some. Liked it through my childhood. Played all the games up until I got to about middle school, high school, and of course, I wish I would have been, like-minded like you when I was your age. Not that I'm that much older, but it's kind of a big difference growing up in a small town. You kind of had to keep up with everybody, and whatever nerdy stuff you liked, you couldn't really tell anyone about. Which I hate that because at least now I'm getting to be the person I wanted to be. You know what I mean? But there was a little gap. I didn't like Pokemon. Not that I didn't like it, I just kind of had to hide that I did, and I didn't give that much. But then I got back into it pre-COVID. I don't remember the first instance or what made us go buy some or why, but the first time me and my buddies went and bought some Shining Fates ETBs, and we pulled the Shining Fates Charizard, the Charizard VMAX. And that's I've loved Charizard since I was 5. So like that just like reeled me in. And then from that on, dude, it just here we are. I've never dropped it once I picked it back up.
No, that's awesome. That's super, super cool. And obviously, I'm sorry that all your collection kind of like got burned away
It's okay.
in
I
the
was
house. That's
young. I mean,
horrible. But yeah, but still, that's like really awesome that you pulled the Charizard. And I do get what you said, like kind of like that. It's kind of like the weird phase where like you kind of you're trying to fit in, you're trying to be with all the people to school. And I get that especially a little less because like I've always kind of been a nerd,
yeah,
and I've always kind of like I just tend to I feel like, especially in like my community, I go to a very, very small school where everyone's known everyone since like
hmm
they were born pretty much. But it's been I came I came into school in third grade and Pokemon is kind of like what brought me into like the cool kids group because that's what
yeah.
all the kids were doing at the time.
That's so cool.
And my class has always been kind of like more of like a nerdy class as well. So it wasn't like super weird that I was like into Pokemon or stuff like that. But they were all into Pokemon at the time. And then I kind of just kept on going on with it. A little, I don't want to say secretly, but at the same time, like not super like I won't s like, I just didn't talk about it, like, there was other stuff to talk about with people and stuff like that, and then I found the business side of it, and I was like, "Dang, I think this is my opportunity to, like, actually try to do something and do something big, and something that obviously I've loved since I was, like, 8."
Yeah,
Um, and I was like, "Let's go for it," and I went, like, obviously I went for it, with me and my brother, and we're here doing, like, all the stuff that we do,
and you're
but it's
killing it
been
too.
yeah, and it's been cool to also see, like, obviously in the beginning, people are gonna make fun of you, but I think a lot of people now at school, especially, um, they support the journey. Like, they're kinda like, "Oh, wow," like, they'll make jokes like, "Oh, this is day, like, 200 and whatever," and it's like, yeah, like, but it, like, shows that like, they're joking about it, obviously, but it shows that they're actually, like, not caring, but they're keeping up with it and that
Yeah, for
they're
sure.
trying they're trying to see what your next move is, and I think that pressure kind of also, like, drives me to do better because it's
Yeah,
like, "Oh, I can't be talking the talk and not walk the walk," you know? So you
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
always, stay humble and, like, do all that type of stuff,
for
and
sure.
continue pushing on. But it's definitely been, like, super fun, and it's definitely what I didn't expect, but I'm very happy that it's the way that it turned out. And yeah, I don't know. That kinda was a long
No,
spiral
you're
from what
good.
we were talking about, but that's super cool, for you that you're able to do it, and you obviously you pulled the Charizard. I have horrible pull luck. I think the biggest card that I've ever pulled was, like, a $50, like, GX or something like that back in the day from Sun and Moon.
Yeah,
But I have horrible, horrible pull luck. I don't do that well. Um,
yeah. No, I
but
feel that we've
uh,
ripped so many packs, but to tell you my best pull, we're talking about our hits and stuff. I actually the same group of buddies that aren't I'm the only one left that's still in it, but
mm,
at the time when the Evo Skies was out, I went to one
mm,
of the local shops. They had some building battles, bought them all, sat down in the living room, like 5 of us just hanging out. All we're doing is ripping packs. And on the last building battle, I pulled the Moon Kitty.
oh my goodness.
And we just, I mean, the living room erupted. It was probably one of my, I've got like a top 5 list of moments, and that one's up there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like that
No,
was
that's
really cool, but like we've ripped so many packs. So at the same time, like we've gotten crapped on for sure.
yeah,
But
yeah.
the fact that I did, like, because at the time that card was like $200, which is no
Mhm,
different than pulling a Cynthia's Garchomp today. You know what I mean?
mhm.
But it was still like Pokemon wasn't what it was then to now, and that was an awesome experience for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's cool. And it sounds like you need to get that group together more often to rip. Even if they're
Yeah.
not in, you gotta have the energy circling through.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Um, but that's awesome. I I guess another rip story is a couple 2 weeks ago. Whenever I did cards and more, I slept over at my boy Max's house. Because me and him are kind of like partners now, I guess you could say.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we're definitely like going into it together. Um,
That's
and
awesome.
his dad like loves ripping. Like when I say that he loves ripping, he loves like he texted me on Instagram today. He's like, "Yo, Rocker, are these good?" And it was like the little trick or trade packs, and
Mm,
he was like, "Max said they're not like the best to rip," and I was like, I was like, yeah, they're kind of if you want to rip, they're cool, but we usually like just give them to kids and stuff like that as like little
yeah, yeah.
promo stuff during. He's like, oh, okay, I guess I won't buy 7 of them, and I was like, I was like, okay, yeah, sure, because he loves to rip.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
Degen's fun, man. We all gotta do it at some
yeah,
point.
yeah. Um, but we all rip, like, we're ripping black or more of the story. We went to his house and like me and Max are like comping cards for the next day in like the bonus room, and we're just like chilling and talking. And then his dad comes in and he's like, white flare, black bolt. And we were like, Black Bolt. And then he's like,
Yeah,
bet. And he literally comes back and he brings like a little booster bundle. He's like, here, 2 packs each. And he just
let's
tosses us all
go.
2 packs. And then we started and I pulled the Superior. I don't know what the
Nice.
SIR or whatever I was,
Yeah,
but
that's
that was
dope.
like, I was like, oh wow, I don't rip often, but I guess I need to start ripping a little bit. It's
Yeah,
definitely
every now
harder
and then.
on
I
the
like when a
business
new
side.
set comes out to rip some,
Mhm.
at least
Yeah.
a few.
Well, my thing for that is, since I also do a little bit more competitive stuff, me and my brother, we haven't done it
Hmm.
like super recently, but I hope to start doing it more. Is the like pre-releases events?
Yeah.
Those are really fun because you get to like one rip some packs, but then also you get to participate in the new deck and like play like the game like for a couple rounds. So it's
Hmm.
definitely been like super fun to do that. But yeah, I don't rip often, but when I do, it's either I get a really good deal on it and I'm like, why not? It's like a $10 loss. It's
Yeah.
okay. And then you rip it or whatever. But that's kind of like my ripping psychology, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
um,
I just recently started doing the pre-releases too. I think
mhm.
started with Journey Together and Destined Rivals, and now the Mega Evolution. So I've done 3. So that's a fun way to get your hands on the product early and get to see what the cards
Mhm.
look like.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's definitely cool, and like especially like I was thinking about it too. I think when was it? Did I do the Journey Together release? I forgot which one I did, but it was
Hmm.
like I forgot what the chase card. Oh, it was the Lily's Clefairy, and I was
Hmm.
like, "Yo, if I pulled a Lily's Clefairy early, I have a card show the next day. It would be good." But it's like it's just cool, and it's just nice to like know that you can still have fun with the game while like ripping new set and
Oh
all that
yeah,
type of
for
stuff.
sure.
But yeah, I want to transition more into like how you kind of started vending. You obviously talked about Pokemon, like how you got into Pokemon. I know
Yeah.
you recently started vending, and I would love to hear how you started doing it and how you got
So
into it.
yeah, so actually, a Grails and Glory is what how it kind of happened. Shout out Grails and
Hmm.
Glory. I think the order of operations was I came to one Grails and Glory, and like I hung out like most of the time just as an attendee, walking around doing deals, whatever. And I can't remember if it was that same one or the next one I came to. I forget, but I was at it again like all day, literally from the time it started to the time it ended. I walked around a Raw Moon Kitty, Gengar V Max, and a PSA 10. Like I was doing some good deals that day,
Hmm.
and my longtime friend Andrew, who vends the shows and everything else, he was there, of course. And that was kind of like, a familiar face. Like we had done some deals. Like I've known him for, good lord, I don't know how many years because we both go to the same local shop, so we were mutuals.
Hmm.
And then like we started doing deals. I started selling him some stuff, and then I seen him at the shows, and like I was there all day. Like that same day that I walked around with the Gengar and the Moon Kitty, I came home with these.
Oh
The
yes, those guys are awesome.
Yeah, with the
Yes, the stamp
box.
box go over.
With the
Oh
box
shoot,
from that Girls and Glory show. And
that's crazy.
kind of after like being at that show all day, Andrew was like, "Hey man, why don't next show you come with me and let me show you what it's like to be on this side of the table?
Hmm.
Just kind of like show you what you're missing out on. Like,
Hmm.
if you're really this passionate about it and all the deals I was doing and everything." He was like, just come see what it's like. And I trusted him because I already knew him, right? So like that helped. And he was afraid, like more like we had just done business up to this point, other than like the occasional BS and whatever. And then he invited me for the next show to be able to like be there with him. So I came, helped him set up, and kind of did my rounds, and then I hung out with him. And then I just kind of was watching and learning, and I was adapting and started like I think I sold something for him because he was doing it whatever,
Hmm.
and then it just kind of one thing led to another. He just big brothered me, put me under his wing, and he kind of just showed me the ropes of like just vending. I mean, now it's I've got my own tables too, and
Hmm.
it's a very cool thing. And like I owe a lot of it to him, dude. He showed me so much and taught me, and he's just a really awesome dude. And
Yeah.
I've been very grateful to get to do like so quickly. It all happened so fast. Like I was just collecting, and I still, of course, still collect. I mean, that's the whole reason I
Hmm.
vend, is to add to my collection, which we'll get to, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But because that's a PC purchase. But just to get to like attending the Girls and Glories, literally being there all day, to now getting to to be vending. I mean, I'm vending the Girls and Glory, the Murfreesboro show. So like
Mhm.
I'm super excited, and
Super
that's
excited.
how we got here. Is I owe a lot of it to Andrew, man. He was like, let me show you the way, like, you know what I mean.
Mhm.
And
No, yeah, for sure.
it's been super fun. He's a great guy. We've become really good friends, and like you were talking about you and your boy like being partners. Like there's definitely become like of a partnership in a way, but he's still definitely like the big bro, little bro situation
Mhm.
for sure. Like I have mad respect for him. Like
Mhm.
tells me what to do. Absolutely, yes, sir. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
it's a cool, fun friendship though, and I'm very thankful for him.
No, that's awesome. That's super cool, and I'm happy for you for that. And I do remember I think you told us like you were like, I think I'm gonna do the next one, and we were like, bet, let's have you on.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was awesome to like just have you start vending in very similar scenario with both myself. So me and Abe, I'm coming to a year in vending in November. I
Right.
think the Grails and Glory show in Murfreesboro is literally like on the day that I started vending
That's
a year.
beautiful.
So it'll be a 1 year anniversary, which is like really, really cool.
Heck yeah.
Which is November 20th. Make sure to pop in Nashville Grails and Glory. Or if you want to vend, contact us via Instagram. Sorry, little selfless plug right there.
You should
Um,
absolutely. It's your
uh,
podcast.
but we Abe texted me on a Wednesday. He's like, "Yo, you want to start vending?" I'm like, "Sure." And we started vending, and my table was really bad. Like my setup was horrible, but it was okay. We continued scaling from there, and then similar story with me and like I said, my boy Max. We originally met at a lighthouse, and he was like, "Hey, I want to start doing this." Blah blah blah. We started talking. I was like, "Okay, cool, cool, whatever." Because I've heard it, I've heard it from like other people, and then like they don't really mean it or whatever. So I was like, "Whatever." And then he called me randomly through Instagrams because we didn't like have each other's numbers or anything. But I got his Instagram or he got my Instagram. He called me on the Grails and Glory Day. He's like, "Hey, I'm driving, you know, where can I go? Where do you need like can I help you with anything?" I'm like, "Sure." And he ended up like kind of walking with us vending, very similar to what you said, like walking around doing deals and stuff like that. And then I was like, okay, cool, let's have this guy on. And then I invited him to nationals. Like, yo, if you want to set up with us for the weekend, do it. And he set up with
Yeah.
us all weekend at the nationals, the next nationals. I think it was that July.
Hmm.
Um, and I don't want to say he proved to me, but I was like, okay, this is someone that I think that I want to actually like, consider doing business with and stuff like that. And then something happened at the national. He actually got there was an attempted robbery on him, like he almost
Oh
got
no.
robbed. But he took it so I gave him like my little Zion case for like kind of like not his prize, but I was like, I don't need this anymore because I have my big case.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to start working together. This is like my gift to you because you need it. And he actually ended up using that Zion case to fend off the people that tried to rob him, which
Whoa,
was like really
that's
cool. And he
wild.
escaped. Yeah, he escaped like really free. Um, and then after that, it was after that moment, and he was like, I was like, oh my goodness, like what just happened? Um, and it was at that moment, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna like he's actually like wants to do this. Like after
Yeah,
he kind of told me after he's like, it's okay, like we're gonna continue doing it, let's keep on running. I was like, bet. So now we're like best friends and like we're very like minded in the way that like where we want to go and like the vision.
yeah, yeah.
Another long tangent, I'm sorry, but
No, you're good. I mean,
it's
it's the
been
same
it's
with me
been
and Andrew. It's like
yeah.
the yin and yang that we have, the flow. Like it just the way I was able to just learn and go and build the trust at the same time and show that like okay, I can learn to do this,
Exactly.
And like it's funny you
Exactly.
talk about the hand me down Zion cases. He handed me down 2 Viz Pros and then bought 2 more cases, and then he handed me down his wagon and upgraded his wagon, and it's like I'm about to upgrade my cases now because it's like I've gotten to use him a few times when he's been out of town, and it's like I've done our stuff for us, whatever.
Mhm.
And then going back to the Viz Pros from using the Arsenal displays in those specialty
Yeah.
cases is like, oh man. So I'll be upgrading soon, but the hand me down thing is super cool too because it's like, man, I don't know if I want to invest in myself at the beginning to like I don't know what this is gonna be like for me. And
Exactly.
I mean now it's like all I want to do. It's so much fun. Like, but yeah. So
Mhm.
similar stories. It's very similar. Very cool.
Yeah. And it's funny to say that we actually, so at Cards and More, it was just us having one table, and we were like, we need more space. So we're doing the Clarksville, not Clark, is it not Clarksville? Shoot, the
When is it?
is it no? It's Joey's show. It's this weekend. It's
Oh
I
yeah,
forgot
yeah, I'll
what
be
it's
there.
called.
The Wilson County PokéFest.
The Wilson County. Yeah, we'll be
Yep.
there at the Wilson County Poke Fest.
Nice. I'll be there too.
And yeah, we were like, we're gonna need 2 tables for this. So it's kind of like we're like evolving as a group, and we're like, no pun intended,
Yeah,
because it's
yeah, yeah.
Pokemon. But it was like, dang, and like I bought him his case this week. Like it'll be coming here for this show, so it's like we're all
Cool.
like just growing together and growing the business. And
That's
it'll be
awesome.
really fun. Yeah. But the hail hand me down thing is cool. I actually my cases I got from a vendor, and then when I bought those cases, I was able to give my cases to other people and sell them to
Yep.
other people. And it's just like it's just nice because one, like the first thing obviously is cheaper for like a new vendor that doesn't want to
Yeah,
commit a whole
yeah.
bunch of money. And then two, it's like the convenience of being right there. Like if it's at a show and you need a case, here, just pay, the $40 you need for my
Yeah,
case.
yeah,
And it's like, bam, it's just right there. You can use it immediately.
for
Um,
sure.
excuse me. But it's something that has definitely been cool to see him grow and all that type of stuff. And how we like feed off each other and like grow.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I've learned things about vending through him, and he's learned things through me.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so obviously you did I know you did nationals
Yeah.
2 weekends ago. I know you've done lighthouses and you've
Hmm.
done Grails and Glory, obviously.
Yep.
What have there been other events that either you've gone to as a vendor or an attendee that you've really enjoyed, or kind of like what's been like your favorite show to either vend at or attend to or both or whatever?
Yeah. So honestly, so I've done, the Wilson County PokéFest, Lighthouse, Grows and Glory, and the Nationals. I've vended all 4 of those shows. Off the top of my head, I can't say that I've vended another show yet because I'm only a few months in to getting behind the table. I will say, to throw an oddball show in here, I do enjoy the flip trade in Huntsville. I've attended it a few times. I think it would be fun to vend it, but like I haven't been to a flip trade in Huntsville in like over a year. Of
Mhm.
course, all the local shows that I've gone to as an attendee or went to have been great, but like I've never attended a Collecticon or anything. Like that's on the bucket list, of course. I'm gonna do it. Um, but I mean, dude, doing the 3 days of the National is the first time I've done a multi-day
Mhm.
show, and that was fun. Having a hotel in Nashville, getting to do like we didn't stay at the trade nights very long, but just getting the kind of the full weekend show experience per se. I mean, I know it's
Mhm.
an hour from home, but still, staying up there and doing all that. I had a really, really good time vending it. Just because it was like my first big show experience. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah,
So
no, for sure. I love obviously the national for me was my first like multi-day show
yeah.
as well. And it's been like really it's fun, man. Like to
Mm-hmm.
know like obviously like I don't know if you get like a show high or something like that where like you do a show and you're like just super happy,
Yep.
but it's like the fact that I was like I get to do this again tomorrow and
Yeah.
then the day after that and it's like just boom 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 like
Oh,
just
you
a bunch of
fiend off of
dopamine.
it, man. It's
Yeah.
I'm high energy too. Like, I feel like we're similar in that regard. Like I'm pretty high
Mhm.
energy, and I get sometimes too passionate. You know what I mean? I just be bouncing everywhere. But it's like I don't the energy and that's had and the conversations and the people and just like the all the fun deals and stuff like that. Like money aside, it's some of the most fun I've ever had singularly as a
Exactly.
person. Like
Mhm.
I don't know how to describe it other than you get to talk about your favorite thing, your special interest, with everyone else that is also their favorite thing and special interest all day for 3 days. Like it doesn't get better than that.
Yeah, exactly. And it's for me, it's even been more like with like obviously I did some collecticons. I did Chicago and I did Atlanta, and it's like I've been able to travel so much more and to be able to experience like so many new places because of it. And it's like
Yeah,
one, it's humbling because it's like, wow, I've actually been able to I can't believe that I was able to go this far. And
yeah,
there's a
yeah.
YouTube video that I did at the beginning of the year is like my 2025 goals. And I haven't looked back on it, but I'm excited to look back on it in January
Yeah.
and see like or not January, December of this year. And see kind of like everything that I said I was gonna do and to see like to be like I feel like I actually did it. Which is like really cool and it's been like really
Yeah,
humbling.
dude.
Especially like Chicago, like I've never been to that area of the United States. It was super fun. And it's just cool. And like you said, like that, you get to talk to other people about Pokemon, you get to meet people, you get to, you know, do deals. You get to do like obviously it's not all about the money, but you get to make money doing what you love, and it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's just cool. And it's unlike anything else that I've ever experienced, really. The
for
community here
sure.
especially is like really, really cool. And like it's just super, super fun. But yeah, no, it's been a ride.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm excited to see where it continues to go for obviously both of us.
Oh yeah, dude, for
And
sure.
like all the see all the new things that it'll experience. But that's awesome. I haven't done the flip yet. I want to do the flip. That's kind of like a goal. Like once I can get a car, because I got my driver's license. So once I can get a car and start driving around places,
Yeah, definitely.
I want to do a flip and I want to do a Charlie's collectible.
Yeah, the Charlies look fun
Eh,
too. So I follow
yeah.
those as well. I've never been to one, but I think the
Hmm.
flip in Chattanooga would be fun, even if it wasn't
Hmm.
Huntsville. But I've attended the Huntsville one 2 or 3 times, and it's always just the foot traffic's insane. Insane. Like it's
Hmm.
always like a super packed, fun show with some pretty crazy stuff. But the
Yeah.
Charlie's shows look really good. You probably know people that have done them. I don't think I do, or if
Hmm.
I do, I don't realize. But
Hmm.
they also look like a pretty big show, aren't they? Isn't that mainly like the Atlanta area? Or yeah,
Yeah. So it's Atlanta based.
gotcha.
Um, and I have a friend that does it. So my boy Matt, who I'm actually vending with this weekend, also at Wilson County. It's me, him, and Max. We have 3 tables.
Nice.
Um, he said in the front. I really don't know.
Yeah.
But he told me about Charlie's, and he said they're awesome. Like they're really cool. And they're like really good shows. He says if he's not doing CollectorCon, he's doing a Charlie's or like another show like this.
Yeah, yeah. That's nice.
Which is really really cool.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely looking forward to it. Hopefully in the future. I know it's Atlanta, and I've definitely heard that they're also very similar to Flip. Like it's really good foot traffic, really good like people attendance, and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
just a good vibe to event. But yeah,
Cool.
that's super super yeah, exciting to see all those things and like have the opportunity to go to those places. And then hopefully, fingers crossed, I should be able to go to LA Collecticon
Ooh,
this
nice.
December. So that'll be before Christmas with some of the guys, which would be
That'd be
really
dope,
fun because
man.
I haven't been to LA since I was like a year and a half. So
Yeah,
I would love to like experience a little bit of LA, especially around
absolutely.
Christmas time. But that's just in the works. We don't know 100% yet.
Yeah, you better
Um,
vlog it if you
but,
do it though. That'll
oh
be
yeah, no,
awesome
for
out
sure.
there.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm actually trying to do. I actually got hold up. Ugh, random side bit. I
You're
got
good.
my 1 terabyte SD card now.
Nice.
This just came in the mail because I have 264 gig SD cards and they fill up too fast.
Oh yeah.
So I'll be able to hopefully vlog a lot more and do actually like full day vendor POVs
Yeah.
instead of like just like a couple seconds, like turning on the camera before the deal, turning it off after the deal.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. No doubt.
but I'm looking really forward to this. This actually just came in the mail today.
That's
So
dope.
hopefully the Wilson County one will be the first like kind of convention that's like a full day vlog. But
Nice.
yeah,
That'll be a good
so
one to do it. That I don't. Y'all haven't done that show yet, have you?
I've never done this one, and I've heard it's been good.
Oh,
I
it's
heard
yeah.
it's like
Yeah. Sorry, I would say this will be the third time I've done it. I've been there the first and the second ones both. Now the second one I was only there one of the 2 days, and the
mhm.
first one I think I was only there one day as well. But this time we'll be there both days. But yeah, dude, great experience. It's a really awesome venue. Good foot traffic. It's a fun, good for a local show for sure.
Yeah,
It's a
I
good time.
that's what I've heard, and I'm excited to do it, especially since I have like I'll be doing it with some friends, and
Yeah.
obviously it was kind of like I don't want to say it was like a 50-50 show, but it was kind of like it was just something that I didn't know if I would be able to do or not. But now that I have the opportunity to do it, it was
Yeah.
really
You
cool.
said y'all got 3
Uh,
tables and there's 3 of y'all?
yeah, so there's 3 of us. Well,
Be
technically
prepared.
four.
They are 8-foot tables, not 6-foot tables. So you will
Oh,
have
they are.
yes, you will have a lot of table space.
I
It's
will need to
just
tell Max that.
yeah.
We might have to prepare a couple more binders. We were talking about binders and
It
stuff,
would be
but
worth
okay.
it unless something changed. The last 2 times they've been 8-foot tables, and it's more than enough room for my 2 cases of binder and everything else. So I figured
Okay,
I'd
well,
give you a heads up.
yeah, thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate that. I will tell Max that for sure.
like still be prepared if
Uh,
they are 6 for some reason, but the last 2 times they've been 8-foot.
okay, cool. That is good to know. Thank you for that.
Yep.
We're gonna have 3 cases. And
Nice.
then we're going to have like a little buying station area, because that's something that we realized at Cards and More, and something that we were like, okay, we need 2 tables now, is because we need a section to like deliberately like have a mat and have like a computer out and like actually comp out cards, because of like, obviously with me also in TCG player, the amount of cards I buy like a lot of big stacks of like singles and stuff like that. So it's definitely good to have a place where I can sit down for like 20-30 minutes and comp out a couple listings of stuff, instead of just trying to do it really fast. Just one, for also like customer safety and like our safety as well.
Yeah, for sure.
And to have, so that's definitely been, and like also just a nice little place. So this is also another tangent, but another thing, me like kind of like me and Max started like start working together, is, I don't know if you know the Pokemon Network. They're essentially like a really big like Pokemon brand on Instagram, like streamers and stuff like that.
I actually don't think I follow them, but I should.
Yeah, they anyway. We essentially kind of want to make like our own little version of that, which is essentially like, they're the guys in the Charizard onesies. I don't know if you ever see those videos.
I think okay. I think I have. Yeah.
But they
I just looked them up. Yeah.
Yeah, but essentially, where was I going? They're essentially like, it's a collective of a couple of vendors that like kind of like do a lot of content and stuff like that. And me and like Max are wanting to start to do like content or stuff like that. Like kind of like fast, like since me and him both walk, and I've definitely started middlemaning a lot more, kind of like fast flips type reels.
Like
we're trying to move.
Bukum.
We're trying to exactly. That's exactly.
I know
exactly.
I love Bukum's videos, bro. Love him or hate him,
Yeah.
those videos are fire. Yes, you should totally give it a shot. Like, what does it hurt? You know?
Yeah,
content
exactly.
Is
so
what
it's
it
like,
is. Like, yeah.
And it'd be like, we're trying to move this PSA 1 Typhlosion, whatever thing. And let's see, we're here at the Wilson County Card Show, and we're trying to move this card. Let's see if we can do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's kind of what we're starting to do. That, and he wants, like, we want to do also like market charts or whatever, like kind of like, these are the cards that fell this week. These are the cards that like are on the climb or stuff like
definitely.
that. So kind of just like provide a more, obviously, like I have my reels and he doesn't really have that much content, but provide a platform where we can both, like, it's both of us together. So at the same time, when people ask who we are, it's not like, oh, I'm PokéSells and he's, it's like, we're just the thing. So we called it Cardboard Central. So like, we're Cardboard Central, and we're going to be doing, like all this type of stuff. So
very cool.
Yeah, that's something that's in the works. I haven't like technically revealed it yet, but it's something that we're thinking about. But yeah, so everyone that's here and watching this, and now you know a little bit.
Very cool.
So, sorry, I'm gonna text Max that this is a for tables.
No, you're good. Yeah, that's important for sure. And it's funny, you were talking about your video where you did what your goals for 2025. When the year started for me, I was just collecting Pokemon cards, and it was no more than that. But I made a post in July of like my favorite pickups of my favorite Pokemon pickups of the year so far, and like one of my captions at the end of it, I wasn't vending it, I don't think, when I made this post. So it was like, I doubt I'll top this one this year, and it was the 5th anniversary Pikachu, the Chinese exclusive, the Charizard cameo. And I was like, yeah, no way I top this, right? And then now the post that I'll get to make at the end of the year is just gonna blow that out of the water. So I don't have something tracked because I had no idea I was going to be doing this, but it's just funny to think like what has changed and what's happened this year for me alone, and it's just insane.
Yeah. No, and that's awesome. That's literally what I wanted to bring into. So a section that I have on every podcast is like, what was your favorite Charizard, or like pretty much like a defining moment that you're in the TCG. But I know you recently picked up a super big card. And I would like, just tell us the story behind that, and also like some of your favorite cards that you own. You said you do Pokemon for your PC. So kind of like what, like your thought behind that, and like some of like your biggest pickups.
Yeah. So, I mean, it stems from, like I said, the time I was like 5. I always loved Charizard and Pikachu. I know it's cliche, whatever, but 5-year-old Samuel loved it the same way I do now. And I actually had some pretty big Charizards before, we lost everything, whatever. Like I pulled a Fire Red Leaf Green as a kid, which is pretty cool, if you ask me. That was one of my favorite Charizard arts. And, of course, didn't still have the same one. I ended up replacing it. But funny enough, after the fact, to talk about like my first Charizard that I still have, when I went back into my attic as an adult, I walked in and there's a basket, just normal size basket, and a bunch of cards just laying, no sleeves, no nothing, just chilling, and a base set Charizard from my childhood after the fact. Because still, 2007, 2008, like still possible to find these things. It's just sitting there on top, no sleeve, no nothing. And I still have that base set Charizard. It's put up in the binder. I can't get it right now, but I didn't think about that one. But I still have that one, and that one means a lot to me. Just the fact that I had it from when I was a kid. I mean, it's not everything, but it's something, right? And beyond that, I think that's like where that started. Finding that in the attic, pulling the Shining Fate Shiny Charizard VMAX, and then beyond that, if you want to talk about what I picked up this 2 weeks ago at the National.
Yeah, for sure.
Crazy.
Yeah, that card is so sick.
Yeah, dude. This is my like absolute grail. I don't think there's another Charizard card that I could buy aside from when the Phantasma Flames Charizard comes out. I will have it in a 10. Already bought the Daybreak guard. Like I'm not playing around. Like it's the best art they've done on a Charizard card, in my opinion. Is the new one coming out? Just the fact that it's got the evolutionary line with the Mega, and it's just chef's kiss. But picking up this game art Charizard is something I didn't think was possible for me to do. At a flip trade with one of my good buddies from Huntsville, he had one in a 10, and at the time it was like $1,500. Well, at the time, collecting Pokemon, whatever, I was just like, I couldn't do it. I just passed on it. I couldn't do it. I was like, I'll get it one day. And then now it's more than that, and I've still like taking it all in. The fact that I have it in my PC, and like my PC is cycled in what I've collected. At one point, I had like a lot of stuff, and some of that turned into inventory. Some of it has just changed, but like to be able to get this, I sold a Moon Kitty and a Van Gogh, both in 10s. That was what I had to do to be able to touch that. You know what I mean? And it just, the National was just crazy. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it was just crazy, and it made it where I was able to do that and pick that up. So aside from that, I pretty much just PC Charizards, Pikachus. I've got a few like specific cards and a few moments that I'll share later of like why I have those in my PC. But one thing I collect specifically that is more niche and not just your typical Pikachu or Charizard is Charizard cameos. And I actually have all the ones that exist except for one, and I'm still hunting for it. And I want to find it instead of just buying it on eBay. But the Lucky Stadium number 41, the New York City Pokemon Center promo, which that Pokemon Center is no longer there, is a trainer Lucky Stadium card with Charizard and Pikachu and Pichu riding his back.
Okay.
And I have not been able to obtain one yet. I've actually not seen one. I'll take it back. I've seen one in person since I've started this. Like, I need to complete the Charizard cameo journey. And the person that has it in a PSA 7. Well, funny story about what I collect. If I can't afford it in a 10, I buy it in a 7. And he has a Lucky 7, a Lucky Stadium, PSA 7. And he will literally trade it to me if I can get a raw, binder-worthy copy. And I can have the 7 in my collection. But when I tell you I have been hunting high and low and everywhere and asking everybody, annoying people, like I want to get a shirt made that says "In Search of" this Lucky Stadium card. Like I'll get it eventually. I go to a big enough show, and that's it. That's the last one I need. I have the Chinese Pikachu that I showed earlier. I have the Southern Islands Mew in a PSA 7. I have I could tell you about all of them, but I like I said, I literally have all of them that are a normal size Pokemon card that have Charizard in the art. That's not a Charizard card, except for the Lucky Stadium. So that's really truly deep down what I collect is the cameos. I think they're very cool, very kind of niche and just a little more non-typical. But the only other one that you would count as a cameo that I'm never probably going to obtain is the it was like a Japanese promo that was an oversized card. It was the New Year 2000. It's got a Gyarados shooting Hyper Beam, and behind the Hyper Beam are both a Dragonite and a Charizard. But it's like the mid-size in between a normal Pokemon card and an oversized card. So I don't count it, but I partially don't count it because it's like monetarily unattainable for me at least, So I don't know. One day, maybe, probably not. Probably just stick to getting the Lucky Stadium and calling it good. But I'm still on the hunt for that card. So if anybody watches this, reach out to Rocco and hit me up if you got a Lucky Stadium. I would love to obtain it.
Perfect. Yes. Well, I'll be on the lookout now that I know that you want it, I'll definitely be on the lookout. I
appreciate
I
that.
tend to middleman a lot. I don't. That's something that also I realize in Chicago is like if you don't have a good show, that doesn't mean you can help other people have a good show.
Absolutely.
And like definitely if you get a cut with it too, like if you move around like $10,000 in the span of a couple hours and you take a 10% commission off
Yeah.
every sale, it's 1,000. So it's like it's not bad.
Yeah, and
And
if you
you're
do
just
that in an
helping. You're
hour's time versus what you would do 8 hours somewhere else, I mean that's a good
exactly.
day.
Exactly. So it's definitely been super cool. But yes, I actually that Charizard, I love that Charizard actually so much. That's probably one of my favorite ones. That one, I love the Crystal Zard, which is obviously like
Yeah,
super crazy. I like the Phantasmal Flame Zard. I'm not
yeah,
like when I don't want to say I'm not a big collector, but I just don't there's like not a bunch of cards that like kind of stand out to me sometimes.
absolutely.
Like some of them that do is like obviously like the Sleeping Dragonite. I love that card.
Yeah, that's a good
I
one.
love what's the other ones that I love? A lot of the older like mid-era EXs from like 2006. I love those cards as
Absolutely.
well. And what else? There's like just like other weird niche cards that I like. Like for example, I have it right here. I picked this up.
Yeah,
The
you
Bonsley, the
you've
Butthole
got the
Bonsley.
you got the other half to it, right?
Yeah. uh, but no, for sure. That is like stuff like that that I like.
Yeah, no, I
And
get
then
it.
something that I've been on a very big kick lately is like the whole PSA one stuff. So I have like right here, like all my
Yeah.
slabs that I have are PSA ones.
Well, that's why I
Um,
sent the dude's post to you because I was like,
yeah,
he literally just showed it to me Saturday, and I was like, that's not my style. And then I was thinking about it today when you messaged me. I was like, wait, 2 and 2. So I don't know if y'all are
yes,
gonna work a deal, but if you do, that's cool.
yeah. So yeah, we're working something out right now.
That's very cool.
But it's like, and it's just cool to have like different cards. Like for example, it's like there's a shadowless Mewtwo.
Yeah, yeah,
Which like in a 10 is probably, like probably like maybe 1,000, I'd guess around there. I don't necessarily know, but in a one, it's like it's like around $150. So it's
yep.
like you could have something that is like super cool and super niche, but it also like they tend to sell for me. I don't know why. All the ones that I picked up probably like 7 ones probably in Chicago,
Mhm.
and literally the only one that was left was this Wailord.
Very cool.
But it's just like it's just cool. And
Yeah,
I don't want to say they're easy to grade, but it's definitely nice to have like I could pick up like a heavy played card, and if it's like like what there was a sub that I did, but like I picked up like a Typhlosion Prime, for example, and I picked it up like super cooked for like like a good. It was I gave the kid like probably like $5 or something like that for it. And it's like in a 10 or in a not a 10 in a one, it's like a
you cut out there. You
way to
froze.
like oh did I freeze?
Yeah, you froze.
What was the last thing you heard?
You picked up the Typhlosion from the kid. That was it.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I picked it up. It was like really cooked. I gave him like $5 for it.
Yeah,
But I um but in a one, it's like it's like around $100 or something like that. So
yeah.
it's like it's definitely I don't want to say it's like an instant money glitch, but it's
No, I
cool.
got a one
Like, and
story for you too.
yeah.
I
What is it?
So I've only done I think my third subs out right now. I haven't graded a lot. But I've shot for 2 1s so far, and I've got the 2 1s. I've got a video about it, but one of them was a Blastoise EX from Fire Red Leaf Green. I bought this binder from this dude that like literally there was cards still damp in it. Okay, like bad binder, right? But it had some like really mid-era bangers. So my buddy really likes Blastoise, and I was
Was
like, you
it
know
this
what?
one?
Yeah.
Did
It
it
was
sell?
no. So I actually gifted it to my friend,
Oh, okay. I
but
was gonna say
I
that's like one of my Grail cards.
is it really?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
dude,
love that Blastoise.
it's great. Well, the Charizard from Fire Red Leaf Green is one of my grails, like that
Mhm.
same set. So it was still kind of damp when I submitted it. I'm not lying. Like it was bad,
That's
but they graded
crazy.
it and they gave it the one, and then I gifted it to my friend because it was like that's
That's
pretty
awesome.
cool. But
No, that's cool.
I've got a better one story than that one, and I've only graded 2 1s. But I bought this Mewtwo from a friend of mine, Mewtwo, that had like a
Mhm.
warp to it.
Oh,
And
nice.
aside from the warp, it had a thumbtack hole in it, like a kid thumbed it to their wall.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, no shot they grade it, right? I
Yeah.
sent it to him. I didn't touch it. I bought it the way it was, and I didn't touch it. I sent it to him like that. They gave it a 1. The first lighthouse I put it out, the first person that saw it bought it. Didn't argue the
Yeah.
stick. No, it just instantly moved. And that's what you're talking about. Like, people like ones, and like you said, it's cool to have the 1 because like they have a story and they're a lot more affordable than the
Exactly.
10s. And some people are weird with like the numbers of grades. Like, I graded a Fire Red Leaf Green Charizard EX myself that I picked up raw at a card shop, and it got a 6. And because it got a 6, I sold it. I like the number 7. If it had got a 5, I might have kept it, but it got a 6, so I had to go.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I should have just cracked it and put it in my binder, but I get another one. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like you said, like there's different swords. Like for example, so I have this Evolutions PSA 1 Charizard, and it's completely cooked on the back. And it's like
true.
I wonder what the kid thinking that bought this was thinking, when they got it.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, or what led to someone doing it. Or for example, like the Wailord. Let me take it out of the guard.
Yeah.
Gang's like folded in half. It's like I wonder what leads people to do it.
Yeah.
And it's definitely interesting. And it's definitely cool, but it's just like I bet you this Mewtwo was like in someone's binder as a kid, and they brought it on the playground like back in the 90s or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And when they, they were like, "Oh, let's grade it," or something like that. Or someone picked it up and it got 1, and they're like, "Oh man, this is horrible." And then now I have it, but it's cool. It has a story, but that's awesome about the Blastoise. Yeah, that Blastoise is one of my girl cards. What else is it? Like some other, like I said before, like random niche things.
Yeah.
But that's really cool. And like I said, I have a sub. I think it's like 12. It's like 10 or 12 like cards that are going to potentially be a 1 that I'm sending out.
Nice.
And one of them I actually cracked out of a PSA 2, and when I cracked it out, it bent. But it was like, I guess it helps the cause, I guess, a little bit more.
Yeah, I was supposed to say that's what you're shooting for anyway. So
yeah. So, but it was definitely good stuff, and definitely like really, it's just cool. I think it's awesome, and obviously the 10 is like preferred, but sometimes it's cool to have the 1.
I can't. When I can't get something in a 10, like I said, I get it at a 1 or a 7. Like this is a PSA 7 XY Pikachu. At one point, I had 3 of these. So
yeah.
At the July National, I bought one, but I had one sent out to PSA at the same time, hoping it like would get a 7 or higher. If it gets a 7, I keep it, right? But just to make sure, in case mine got like a 6 or something, I went ahead and bought a 7. Well, by the time I got mine back from Grayton, it got a 7. I had this 7, and then one of the Poke Dads hit me up and was like, "Hey, you need another one?" And I was like, "Why not?" And now I only have 1, but at one point I had 3 of these, and that's just hilarious to me. Lucky 7.
No, I love that Pikachu art. That Pikachu art's awesome.
Oh yeah, it's one of the best.
When I was starting, one of my brother's friends had a binder, and one of the big cards in there was that, but we couldn't agree on the price. I never bought it. But I love that Pikachu card. It's really cool. And then I had the Sylveon from Radiant Collection. It's so funny. I don't know Sylveon. I don't know if it's an EX. I think it's just the Sylveon.
Sylveon EX. Is it you talking about the full art with
Eevee? I think
so like RC32 or something like that.
Yeah, this one. So I had one of these in Chicago, and it sold like I literally put it in my case, and like 20 minutes later, it got sold.
Oh yeah, that's such a good card.
But I actually got another one of those in a mail. I bought off a friend offline because he's like, "Yo, I think it's one." I'm like that. So stuff like that. Like I like a lot of the X and Y stuff, mostly because that's like when I first started collecting. I had like kind of 2 phases. I started in X and Y, and then I kind of like meandered off a little bit, and then I got really back into it during the tag team era. And then I meandered a little bit again, and then I got really big into it again during Fusion Strike. And that time, and ever since then, I kind of like just went full throttle. And around, was it Vivid? No, Vivid Voltage hadn't released yet. Not Vivid Voltage. Surging Sparks hadn't released yet. It was whatever was before Surging Temporal Forces, I think. During Temporal Forces is when I started like getting into selling, because I remember it was like when the Pikachu came out. And everyone's like, "Oh my goodness, this is gonna break the internet. Oh my god!" Like everyone's like, "No, this Pikachu's gonna break everything. All the stonks are gonna go up," but it didn't. And then again, I'm yapping, but
No, you're good. I mean, the first
think
time I started selling was during the Evo Skies era with like the boys I was hanging out with at the time when we pulled the Moon Kitty and stuff. We had at one point we had like 3 Leafeon VMAX alt arts. And we
I
were
love that
like,
card too.
we need to
That's
do
one of my
something
favorite
with
cards.
these. And like at the time, like card shops were paying like really low percentages. The trade-ins just like weren't worth it. It's like, really? Like, and you know, things have changed and evolved and definitely are a lot easier to work with. But he made a TCG player account and we sold like 10 to 20 cards on it, our duplicates, just to buy. Dude, we were ordering Evo Skies boxes on Amazon for like $100 maybe and ripping them. You know what I mean? Like, I'll get a video I'll show you sometime of me and him, and it's at when I still lived at home with my parents. And we've got a fold-out table in my second room, and it is just covered in Sword and Shield and Sun and Moon packs that we just went out and bought to rip. Like, that's all it was. And then even selling then did not like get me into selling. You know, like I remember going back to one of the card shops one time and just cashing in like all my dupes, some sealed stuff, whatever, just to get more stuff, you know? I mean, I've got a few stories for you if you want to hear them.
Sure.
Like, I'll tell you what happened. I've had 4 Moon Kitties. I've had 2 raw and 2 PSA 10s. The first one I pulled, and when OP05 came out and there was a Gear 5 Luffy manga chase, I took the Moonbreon to the same store I bought the building battle out of and pulled it. And I said, give me 5 OP5 booster boxes. And I ripped them all, and I got cooked. And there goes the Moon Kitty. And then I ended up picking up another Moon Kitty for, I had like a little white spot on the corner. I paid like $100 more for it than I sold the other one for. And then I bought a PSA 10. Truck broke down. Sold the PSA 10 for like, at the time it was like $1,000. Fixed my truck. And then the Moon Kitty goes to 3K and a 10 like a month later. And that was just like gut-wrenching, right? I was like, oh my gosh. So I held on to the second raw one until I moved it at the Girls in Glory show. Somebody bought it from me. And then the PSA 10 I traded at a Lighthouse show, the one I just sold to get this Charizard. I had a vendor next to me had it. And I had a PSA 10 Rockets Mewtwo and like 4 other slabs. We did a big trade. That was cool. But that's like the Moon Kitty story of like, I've had 4 of them and like, you know, like I said, we sold a few on TCG Player. We did the Facebook, like, but it was really just like, honestly, all the selling this whole time up until like the vending has been just a fun the hobby, fun the collecting, and it still is. It's just in a different light, different scale now. You know what I mean? Like to me, it's still about all the collectors and the hobby itself, and just trying to be as fair as possible, obtaining what you want, and making sure that everyone's just like in a positive mindset in the space about it. You know what I mean? Because like, it can definitely go one of 2 ways for most people, but luckily most people in our area and stuff do pretty great, if you ask me, in the amount of positivity that exists everywhere.
For sure. I was gonna say, you talked about Gear 5 Luffy. This is like completely different than what we were talking about. We can go into
No, you're good.
This, but this is actually one of like my all-time Grails cards. So we have I never watched One Piece.
Yeah,
but
you should.
You
should.
Yeah, me and my brother have all the books. And I've read up to like the Don Flamingo thing. But he's read all the books. So we like are big like manga people instead of like
cool.
anime.
Well, yeah, manga's just as good as watching it.
This is one of my absolute Grail cards. I don't know if it's this exact one, but it's the manga Zoro in a 10.
So you can get the PRB version, which is a reprint version they did in PRB 01, or you can get the OP06, I think it's Wings of the Captain version, which is the original. But either way, it's the same card, other than like the verbiage and how it plays might be slightly different. Or I'm trying to. I was like into the One Piece TCG pretty heavy too.
Oh, really?
But I had to consolidate down to one. My true like Pokemon's like my all-time special interest, but also with the cards it is. Like I know how to play Magic. I play Arena and stuff like that. I like a lot of the other stuff, but like physically I could only do 1 card. So I took all my One Piece hits, everything but 2 cards, and I'll tell you about those in a minute. and I traded him for a Van Gogh Pikachu and a PSA 10. At the
nice.
time, Van Gogh was, and it's what I sold, the other half of what I did to get this.
Mm-hmm.
Funny enough, it's the same slab. It was in my PC up until then. And, but I pulled a Buggy manga out of OPL 9 on my birthday. It's the only manga I've ever pulled. But I love the One Piece cards. They're beautiful. But One Piece itself is beautiful. I mean, as you can see, I got the flag behind me. Mm-hmm. That's the official LA Dodgers Luffy hat. Go Dodgers now in the World Series. Yeah. But I pre-bought the LA Dodgers Luffy and the hat on eBay. And the card's at PSA right now. And I should be getting it back very soon. And, I've already bought – it's so funny. I pre-buy cards for cards I don't even have yet. I'm trying to get to it.
Hey, you're manifesting it.
That's right. So I've already got the blue raspberry guard to go on it. Tough. Because hopefully it'll 10. Oh, but I love One Piece too. One Piece is like my second love behind Pokemon being my first love. But I definitely encourage you to read the manga and get caught up. I'm caught up to the dub, and this is a Pokemon podcast, not One Piece. So I won't talk about it too much.
No, it's fine. No, talk about literally.
But I'm very passionate about both things for sure. So I hope you were able to obtain the Zoro, dude.
Thank you. Yeah, no, that's like a grail, and that's probably something that like I have in mind what I want to get for myself for Christmas this year. But then probably for graduation or something, I'll probably buy myself. Well, for graduation, I also know I'm buying stuff. But for some, probably on my 18th birthday or something, or we have an extraterrestrial show or something, I'll buy that for myself. And I'll have that as my PC because my PC right now is a whole. I think that's it. But it's just a whole bunch of random. I'm not a big PC person, and that's mostly because I just learned from Jackson. I learned from him a lot of stuff, and he kind of told me. Well, he was in the beginning, if your primary focus is to do a business and stuff, which it is, and because I want to own my own card shop one day, that's one of my big goals. So that's I'm kind of focused on that. But pretty much it's just a bunch of signed cards and gifts that people have given me, well as this. So this is the first slab I ever bought. It's the crappiest 8.5 CGC Tyranitar.
I love it.
But
it's humbling, isn't it?
Yes, no, for sure. And I remember when I bought it, I was I'm such this cool vendor. I have this slab, and no one ever wanted it. But I have this so this Chinese Reshiram, my boy Spencer gave me to my birthday. He's also part of the vending group.
Cool.
He's learning. And then I have a whole bunch of signed cards. So I have this one from my boy Rocket City. He was the first
I know JD
that I met. Yeah, JD. And now it's funny because now me and him are super good friends and we do business all together. It's I remember I used to want to be like you.
Yeah. JD was probably the first person that I saw actually as a vendor that was I met him at Nerd Stop in Hazel Green, Alabama, and it was one of my buddies told me about it when I went down there for the trade day, and it was he was yeah, there's a dude there. It's got 10K followers on Instagram, and I was whoa, hold on, this dude does Pokemon. What do you mean he has 10K followers? And that he was the first person I met and that introduced me to wow, this is what he does. Because he's been doing it for a long time. He's been in it a lot longer than a lot of people, and that's pretty cool. Small world, right?
Exactly.
Cool.
And that's a very similar thing for me. And then I have one signed by my boy Blake, Pokemon. Shout out to Pokemon. I was at Cards and More, and I had this Luxray, and Luxray is his favorite Pokemon. I'm Blake signed this. He's what the? I'm just signing. And then in Atlanta, I have my Bulbasaur.
Oh yeah.
Which is this is a really big one. And then cool. I have my boy Goated Pools. He's also one of my biggest inspirations, Arvin. I got him to sign an Arvin's greeting for me when I met him in person, and we did a whole intro together, and it was really cool.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
And then I have from the last two shows, I have a Steelix signed by Coops Collectibles because it's his favorite one, and then I have a Pikachu signed by Bearded Dad.
Awesome.
So that's kind of my PC, I guess. Besides that. But also it's much less of a piece. I consider everything PC until it's sold. Oh, and then we also have this which my brother graded. It came back at 10. It was his
that's
grade
nice.
Picked up. He picked this up for $5 back in the day.
No, that's
from
great.
a card store, and it graded, and he got back to 10. So that's a card that me and him both share together, and we're never throwing that card ever again.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But
yeah, everything's PC until it sells. I actually had these in my case at the National, and nothing ever worked out. And it's I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it at all. But it's just kind of a wait and see what happens.
Exactly. And at the end of the day, it brings eye candy. type thing. And then for me, I guess also PC is I'm a big shoe guy. I love to buy shoes. Like I'm
Nice.
really bad. And I kind of missed the era of like reselling shoes. So
Yeah.
now I
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
collect shoes. Uh,
Nothing
so
wrong with that.
yeah, that's like my one vice. But
Yeah.
that's kind of like that's I guess my PC is my couple signed cards and then my little shoe rotation that I have, which
Yeah.
is not. I mean, it's not anything crazy. And I'm also like really stingy when it comes to shoes. Like it has to be a really good deal, and I
Yeah.
usually tend to buy used because if I buy new, it's like, oh, I'm creasing them. Not you buy used because it's like already pre-loved and it's like
Yeah.
easy
Yeah.
just to
Yeah.
walk in. Um,
Definitely.
yeah, so that's super cool. What other like you said you have like what other big cards do you have in your PC, or was that kind of like it with the Charizard and
No.
the same
So
cards?
I've got some cards that have more story than like value to them.
Hmm.
Um, I'll give you the story one first, and I can show you a few other cool ones. So some of the coolest cards I have in my binder. I've got the Crown Zenith Gold God set. You know, Arceus,
Hmm.
Giratina, Palkia, Dialga, and the Mewtwo V Star. Of course, that's a Charizard cameo, and I have like, I have these in tins,
Oh, that's
whatever.
awesome.
But not this is not the one we pulled. So when I still lived at home, around the time me and my fiance started dating, I came home one day, and I don't know the order of operations. Like I said, and you'll understand why in a second. I came home one day after work. I had went to Walmart and I bought some Crown Zenith ETBs and came home and I was like opening one, whatever. And my dad was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Can I open them with you?" And he's like, "Let me open some." Or I offered it, whatever. So me and my dad sit down. We're opening, and he pulls the gold Arceus, and he's like, keep in mind, even though my dad bought the stuff for me as a kid and all that, he never really like knew what was going on. He just knew I liked it. And he pulled the gold Arceus. He's like, "What is this?" And I explained, and he was like, "So there's more?" I was like, "Yeah, there's 3 more." And he's like, "Well, we got to pull them." So that started this. Oh my, yeah. This started, I would come home from work, and there would be ETBs on the table. And I would have to pay for half of them. But he would pre-spend my money, and we would go in halves, and we would sit down, and we would rip and rip. And as much Crown Zenith that we could reasonably find and buy. Like you see people go to a Walmart and wipe out a shelf. Well, guess what? That was me and my dad ripping Crown Zenith. Like as many ETBs as we could carry kind of thing. Like just trying to pull. Dude, I know for a fact that we, maybe other than some like reverse hollows, we pulled every card out of the set. So it started with the gold Arceus. And we chased the rest of them. We finally pulled a Dialga. We pulled a Palkia. We ended up pulling duplicates. At the same time of chasing the golds, I'm like, man, I need that Mewtwo. Man, I need that Mewtwo. You know, that's like one of my favorite cards. And we pull so many. And we finally, he pulls the Mewtwo. And it's like, whoa. You know, Dad's pulled the Arceus, now he's pulled the Mewtwo. I think me or my fiance Houston pulled Dialga or Palkia or whatever. Because, like, you got to think, this went on for not just a week. This went on for months. And if you remember, Crown Zenith was on the shelves for months, which is crazy to think now. But you could get Crown Zenith whenever, however, like it was plentiful. So we ripped and ripped, and we only ever pulled 1 Arceus, 1 Mewtwo. I couldn't tell you how many Dialgas and Palkias I sold at the time, just because we pulled so many. And then finally, one glorious night, me, my dad, even my mom was sitting at the table at this point, and my fiance were sitting there. And you won't believe it, but he pulls the Giratina too. So we finally pulled all 4. We had them all, and it was like kind of like what do you do now? But so now in my binder, I've got a Crown Zenith page that's got those 4, the 3 legendary beasts, because those are beautiful cards from that set too. And then I've got the raw Mewtwo we pulled, and then the Charizard because it goes with it, all on a binder page. And that's like probably one of my like most cherished like moments in the hobby, I guess. Like pulling the Moon Kitty with all my boys in that living room was insane. You know, that was fun. But doing that with my dad for that long of a period of time, when like he never really tapped into, like he wasn't a nerd like me in the same sense. Like he's really like crafty and stuff. Like he's retired military and everything like that. But like he makes like wood bowls and stuff on a lathe. He's a big woodworker and stuff like that. And I don't know, but it was really cool to share that with him. Like as an adult too. Like I'm an adult still living at home. You know, like I was in college trying to figure everything out, whatever. But that was a cool moment. And so those cards, having those in my PC, those are like prime out of my cold dead hands kind of thing. But that was a really awesome moment I wanted to share with you. And
oh, that's awesome.
other things in my PC. So like this has no rhyme or reason other than
the Hoopa's sick though.
I love it because of all the cameos. And I just recently learned that Rayquaza does not have many cameos aside from this card, the Shaman EX, the secret rare, and the Eevee from Evolving Skies. And unless you count Ponchos, which I try to only count it if it's like the real Pokemon and not just like a Poncho or like the Elisa Sparkle Trainer from Crown Zenith has like the plushy Charizard. I have one, but like I want like the real deal, you know? So
I think I have the Shaman, I think, rating as a 1. I think.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna try to pick it up in a 7 because I'm not touching that thing in a 10. I don't like it that much. I showed this before, so this was something I picked up for myself around tax time. Because it was the cameo, and I was like, I'll never get it. You know, it'll probably just go up. And I paid $750 for it, which is like not whatever. But if you know what this card's worth now, I did good buying it when I did. Very happy to have that. And this is a really cool one that I like a lot.
I actually sold that a couple lighthouses ago.
Yeah?
I was
Very cool. I have a second 10 that I'll have out this weekend actually. But
nice.
So my favorite I love all the battling cards. So like this one with Venusaur and Charizard, right? Like these, I picked this. I coin flipped the kid for this one. It's a Chinese version.
That card's so sick. Oh, really?
And then the one I pulled out of Brilliant Stars is at PSA right now. Like I mean, the one I pulled, and then I've got this one too. I bought that one as insurance. But one of my favorite cards, like I've got Lucario going from Mega Evolution, the SIR.
Yeah.
But this card right here is probably one of my favorites. And I was picking I have 3 PSA 10s. And I have bought every single raw and sealed copy I can find.
Really?
I was picking these up for like $50 a piece when they came out because, but now they're different than that. But big card wise, I kind of liquidated just about all the bigger stuff that I had. And it's now more niche down to like specific Charizards and Pikachus. And just like I said, the cameos and really just other specific things. But I know I'm going on a tangent here too. I'm literally making you yawn. Good. But
no, sorry, no, that's not. I had the ACT today.
No, how'd you do? How do you think you did?
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not,
Yeah, I get it. I didn't try as hard as I would have liked on it, and I did okay. But not to lose my train of thought. Side note: this is not Pokemon, but you said PC. I want to show you this. So do you know what Topps Now is? Are you tapped into the sports card world at all?
I think no, not if it's like a specific sports card thing.
No, so Topps Now is something Topps does like with certain events when they happen. You can buy cards that they do of said event, like WWE, football, you name it. They do it, right? So when Mr. Beast had his soccer charity match with like Kai Cenat and Speed, I ordered 2 of them because I ordered a bunch of them because my fiance's mom likes Kai Cenat. And Mother's Day was right around the corner, so I was like, I'm gonna get her the only Kai Cenat like Topps card. Like that's cool, right? So I ordered 2, and I ordered 1 for me, and I got I got the red out of 5. So this is 1 out of 5. There's only 5 of these, and it's like a really hard rarity thing to get. And I graded it, and it got a 9. Somebody else graded 1, and it got a 10. Another one got a 9. But I was really hyped to get. This is the highest rarity. There's only 5 of them. Like that was pretty cool. So I PC'd that because like I don't know, I like Kai Cenat. I think he's a good.
No, that's cool.
Yeah. But aside from that, I'm trying to think if there's any other PC things that I have. But the Moon Kitty and the Van Gogh were the last 2 like big cards in my PC that I just turned into like a true grail of mine. Like the Moon Kitty was cool, but it wasn't the one I pulled. So it's like it was, you know what I mean. And then the Van Gogh was neat, but like. That card's crazy. That's a whole other conversation. But yeah, man, that's kind of my my origin, my PC. The only other highlight things that I can think of at this moment would be my fiance's best pull is an Umbreon V alt art from Evolving Skies, the Stayer Kitty. We kept that, of course, because that's just a banger pull. And then my dad gifted me. He went to a card shop and bought a like near mint LP-ish base set Charizard. and gifted it to me. And so I've got that one with the one from my childhood after the house loss, whatever. And those are in my binder and they'll never come out too. So I've got a lot of PC stuff. Like I had a lot more until I started vending and I was like, oh, I don't need this. Or, oh, I want to turn this into that. Or, oh, here. So that kind of, that happens, but I'm still very passionate about it, man. I do love it all. I mean, my room, I wish you could see the whole thing. It's nothing but the Pokemon and One Piece in here. Yeah.
No, that's awesome. That's super cool. And like, I think that it's so, like, it's good to have those goals, you know, like at the end of the day, we're all collectors. Like for me, something I want to do is like, I want to have all like the tag teams, like all like the all art tag teams, like black labeled, which is like a really crazy goal. But like, it's good to have those types of goals and like to keep you pushing and like keep you on track. Obviously for me, I want to own a card shop. I want to do a whole bunch of stuff. So it's like always good to have those goals. And like for you, it might be, oh, I want to collect this, you know, the Charizard magazine promo or whatever it is, or the box pin. Like if you have those goals and you hit them, then it like just keeps on pushing. And I think that that's something really cool. And that's awesome with your dad. And that you guys were able to bond over that. That's really cool.
Yeah, it was pretty special. I was very fortunate for that to happen, because like not in a million years would I thought my big burly ex-military dad would want to do that and to go through with it to the end until we got them all. Like we caught them all in Crown Zenith, man. It was it was very cool.
Yeah, no, I think that's awesome. I don't really have a whole bunch of similar stuff. Like I said, I play a lot more like card game stuff. So me and my brother have definitely bonded over that. But it's definitely like on the thing of parents. My mom was the one that originally like she was the first one that bought me my first Pokemon packs, because I told her, I was like, Mom, all the kids that are cool at school have Pokemon cards. I want Pokemon cards. Can I please have some Pokemon cards? And she's like, well, I don't know. And then I remember like coming back home from school one day and there was like 2 packs on the table. She's like, those are yours. I want you to have them. I was like,
very cool.
And yeah, she's like, I think this is something that would be good for you. I was like, okay, cool. So I started with that. And then from the start, like my parents have been pretty supportive. And back to that, my mom was the one that was like, you love Pokemon so much, you know the market so well, why don't you go and sell them?
Yeah.
And I was like, sure, well, I guess why not? Let's try. And you know, from all the shows that they've been able to drive me to and all that type of stuff, my dad actually drove me and my brother to Atlanta collecting.
That's awesome.
It was just, so it's like just stuff like that.
Yeah, man.
I'm really grateful for. And
sounds like you have a good support system.
Yeah, for sure. And it's definitely like they're always there for me. Has been cool. Yeah, and obviously we've had our disagreements and stuff like that, but
that's gonna happen. Everything. I mean, it's like
and it's like it's a thing where like only, I don't want to say only you know your vision, but like, you know, it's hard to convey like all that type of stuff. Like I'm sure, like you said, like it was probably hard for you to talk to your dad about like, oh, I love Pokemon or all this stuff.
It took a long time.
Like, exactly. So it's like it's just like that with anything. It just happens to be Pokemon. So that's really cool. And I'm like, I look forward to seeing like what other like big PC stuff. Another thing for me is I'd love to have some ponchos.
Yeah, me too.
I know it's a little cliche, but I do like the Magikarp poncho. I think the Magikarp poncho is really cool. The Shining Ray poncho is okay. Like I like Rayquaza. It's okay. And it's something I really want to have is the Lenticular Deoxys, but I don't want it in a 10.
Have you seen one in person yet?
I've seen one. I've seen a 10. I've seen a 10 in person, and I've seen a 1 in person.
That's nuts. So I haven't been to like a collecticon where you'd probably see these big cards. Now you might have seen it somewhere else, I don't know. But at the National, there was a guy that had a raw one, and I got to hold it and see it for the first time, and I'm like, that was pretty cool. Like for me, that's like one of the more rare cards I've gotten to see in person, and I geeked out over it. I was like, yeah, that's one I would like to have too.
Do you know Lucas?
Yeah.
He has one.
I saw his story. I didn't know he had a 10. I saw a story where he had one. He always
has bangers.
Oh, he's got some of the best, dude.
Yeah. But I want that one. In a 1 or something like that. Like and then I want a Charizard, the Crystal Charizard in a 10.
Yep.
Because I think that's like my favorite Charizard art until now. I think the Mega Evolution one is obviously super dope.
Yeah.
But I like
would agree.
The Crystals art.
This one was actually one of my favorite Charizard arts until the Phantasmal came out. Talking about the game art one. that I just picked up.
Yeah,
Like I don't know. It was just something about it being so different that it was definitely one of my favorites.
And a lot of those like other ones. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Sorry, it glitched out for a second, I think.
Did you say? I didn't. Were you gonna say something?
Yeah, no, I was saying one thing else that I would like to collect aside from what I've been doing now is the rest of the Chinese Pikachu. So like the Gengar Chew, the new one that just came out, the one with Mew, the one with Dragonite. I want all those in 10s too. And I almost pulled the trigger on a Gengar Chew at the National as well, but I was like, I can't do both. Like it's so silly. Like I know I turned something in inventory into PC, which is one thing, but going beyond that into just buying something outright afterwards, you gotta pace yourself. And like you said, it's good to have like achievements and goals and it keeps you driving and like because like at the same time I've got like PC goals, but at the same time, like I want to pay off my car a little earlier than than the note is. You know what I'm saying? Like also trying to incorporate some of that into the real world stuff as well, not just the Pokemon world, which like you said, it is a business, whichever way you want to look at it. So but not to go off the Chinese Pikachus are on my list. But they scare me at the same time. So
yeah, exactly. No, because those are super. Those cars fluctuate. I actually have the Chinese Leafeon that's I think is grading right now.
Nice.
It's in that big sub. I have a couple like good. I have some stuff that's going. But yeah, no, I think that for you and transition, kind of like you said, like the real world stuff has definitely been also something for me because like. For me, it's like this is what I want my business to be. It's like at high school, I'm almost done with high school. Like this is what I want my life to be, and especially like obviously like college and all that stuff. I don't know yet. My parents like obviously want me to go to college a lot more than I do, but I don't know. And that's also like something where I found like me and Max like kind of connected on, and he was like, if me and him like go to college together and like do like dorm, like I think it would be sick.
No,
and I had my friend Matt.
You're thinking,
I had my friend Matt. Yeah, I had my friend Matt. And he has stupid like 100 and probably he has like close to $200,000 in inventory, and he's like a sophomore in college, and he's just like he literally, and we talked about this on the podcast, and a big reason why I wanted to like make him like have him as a friend and get him on the pod was kind of see like how he does it in his flow state because he's obviously doing like really well, and it's like something that would be cool.
What's his
but
handle?
He literally schedules. Murkrows Market?
Yeah. Okay. Keep going. I thought maybe. Okay.
Yeah. He like he told me and we talked on the pod that he like literally schedules his college like classes around Pokemon, where he has like his classes in like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then literally everything else is like show weeks or he's doing it. And I was like, okay, that's like it's viable. But that's another that's just other stuff that like you said, like make you transition into real world because also the stuff. But like, I just think it would be sick if I'm like in a dorm or something, we have like $200,000 in inventory, and we're just like, all right, time to leave for like a weekend and go to Chicago or Atlanta or Seattle or I don't know wherever the next Collecticon or big show is, and just like have fun.
No, absolutely, dude. I mean, and like it's one way or the other, whether you want to go to college or not, it's completely up to you. But like, for example, I got an associate's degree. I was going to get my bachelor's. COVID happened. I just went to work and never went back to school kind of thing. I didn't want to go online, but it's definitely one of the things that like, if you have the opportunity to explore it, it's kind of one of those, like, why not? But at the same time, like you're doing great with what you're doing. And you're thinking your head's in the right place. And I know, like I said, I'm not that much older than you, but I promise you, I was not thinking anywhere near to the way you're thinking at your age. And it's honestly, it's inspiring. I will say that. Not gonna, give you too many compliments here on your podcast, but I will say it's inspiring to see someone at your age like already thinking about these things, doing what you're doing. Like I did not know anything, or was not thinking about the right. It's lucky that I went to college and do what I did, but the cool thing is that like you're putting yourself in such a good position that you actually do have options. And that's commendable, and because you do got to start thinking about some of that stuff, of course, and just definitely follow your heart, but also, put your brain in it too, and you already are, so you'll figure that out. But dude, thinking about that life with your boy, that'd be fun.
Yeah, and he's a year behind me, so he's a year behind me, so it'd be like I'd be by myself for a year. But then it's like I'd get to network with people. So it's like there's just 1,000 variables into it. But
Oh
like
yeah.
what we say, like I've always been like that. I've always been like intuitive and like always try to like find ways to make money and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um, not yeah, and just have fun and do other stuff. Like for me, it doesn't make sense to like do like like I don't hate on video games at all. I play video games every now and then, but like they
Yeah.
were just never a big thing for me. Like I love Minecraft, and I'll play Minecraft maybe an hour or 2 hours like out of the whole month or something
Yeah.
like that. So like I don't play like stuff like that. Just doesn't. I
Um.
found love in like Pokemon. And I found love in like the gym and like a lot of like
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
things that just like I just I don't know. It's kind of always been something that I knew I wanted to do because another big reason why I want to do a card shop is because like the moment I stepped inside a card shop, it was like an immediately like click. And
Yep.
it was like this is what I want to do with my life. Like the atmosphere, like literally I stepped in it, I looked in it, I was like, this world exists,
Yeah.
I want to do it.
Yeah.
And it's always kind of been up from there. And it's always been fun and just to meet so many people and like literally if like Pokemon was to go to zero and like everything was to leave tomorrow, I would still have so many connections and like so many like people that I would know through this hobby. I don't know if you
Hmm.
feel that too, but
Oh
it's
yeah.
like, okay, this person does Pokemon, but then he owned a real estate thing, or he does Pokemon, but he also works at a bank, or like, well, he does Pokemon and he's like a doctor. Okay, this person has like an LLC, and this person is, owns a couple businesses, and this person like oh well this person here does like a general contractor, oh wow, like and it's just like you start to put
It's
all the dots
all.
together and it's like one thing too, like a lot of people like I use this as I don't want to say I use this as a platform. Why do use it as a platform? But also people see like the hard work and consistency that not only me but all like the other vendors do. Like vendors, like if you're not a Pokemon vendor, you probably don't understand it, but vendors are constantly working their butt off to do
Yeah.
card shows, to find the next card show, to do the deals, to get the money, to book the tables, to find the deals, to set up like to find your graded guards for your slabs so that you guys are happy. Like the amount of time that it takes to be a Pokemon vendor is so much hard work. And I think people outside of the hobby looking in do see that a lot. And I think that like I've had multiple opportunities where people like, yo, Rocco, I see you hustle a lot. Or, they'll be like, I see you do this. Like if you ever need something for like if you ever want to do like a real estate thing or want to do something like you have a place at my job or you have a place at my work. And it's just like that I've seen that happen also for so many other vendors in the space too, where it's like
Hmm.
it's Pokemon over anything for me. It's like just a networking opportunity. And
Yeah.
it's like
Absolutely.
just it's an opportunity to meet new people. Like another reason why I started this podcast is like, bam, like now I get to we've sat down for almost an hour and a half and
Yeah.
we've been able
That's
to
great.
talk about Pokemon and have had like an amazing time. And I'll see you this weekend. It'll be fun. Well, we'll have a
Oh
good
yeah.
time. But it's just like I've been able to meet so many different people in so many different ways. And it's an avenue. It's just like, and it's super, and this is why I tell people, is like, it looks tiny on the outside, but once you get into the space, it's like infinite. Like there's like so many things that you could do here.
Oh, it's so
And
wild.
it's just cool. But that was a big tangent. I don't know what I was talking about.
No, you're good. I
But
mean, I have something to add on to that before transition there. It really is all about who you know. And to tie in the previous conversation about what you're going to do after high school to this, no matter what you do, it is all about who you know. And that's what I've come to learn. The job I
exactly.
have now that I've had for 5 years, a guy pulled in the driveway of my dad's house to buy a truck from him and ended up offering me the job I had because he was writing the requisition that night. And for some reason, he thought I was a good candidate. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
I knew him for a split second because I happened to come outside. So the
Mhm.
networking is important. It is all about who you know.
Exactly. And it's just like awesome. And it's just like humbling again. Like it's super humbling to be able to have these opportunities and to be
Oh yeah.
able to like be able to also bless people and like to be able to like see the look of the kid's face when you give them a $5 card that you bought for $1
Yeah.
for free. They're like, what? And like it's just the community is like unlike anything else. And I feel like I always say this every time I'm on a podcast, but it's like it's true.
Yeah, it
Excuse me.
is.
It's
It is
just like
true.
unlike anything else. And Oh my goodness, excuse me again. Oh, I have the hiccups now. I don't know what the heck happened.
Uh-oh.
But no, it's cool. But yeah, I don't know. Um, obviously, I don't want to say it's getting late. Oh, it is getting late. But and I know we both had long days. But I wanted to like kind of like what are obviously you said go up. Well, first off, if there's anything else you want to talk about before like
I mean,
kind of
we've hit so
like
many subjects. I'd hate to just run you into like midnight or something because obviously we can sit
no,
here and talk forever. But no, I mean we've talked about a lot of stuff. It's been a great conversation.
yeah, cool. Well then I would ask like what are kind of like obviously I've talked about my goals a lot, but like do you and you've talked about your goals a little bit, but kind of like what are obviously the rest of your goals for like I guess the end of 2025 since we're closing the year. Could be Pokemon or not Pokemon.
Yeah.
And then kind of looking forward into like what you want to do with Pokemon.
I've tried to give that some thought in my own head, and it's all happened so fast for me this year with how far I've come with it, and I'm still green, still learning, still super humble with it all. Like I had a good weekend at the National, and just that opened my eyes to the world, to the space, to the potential, the possibilities. But at the same time, it's like I still work a full time job. I'm
Mhm.
engaged. I'm finding the work balance with home life and vending has been a tough rotation to figure out. And we plan on getting married next year. Still, working at my job for however long I'm there. If not a long time, is it going to be I don't know. We'll figure that one out one of these days. But I've been there 5 years. We'll keep going with that. But the goals and the Pokemon stuff, man, like I just picked up a literal grail that I never thought
Mhm.
I'd own, and that's because of being in the hobby. Like not even just vending, just who I knew and being very lucky to have a great mentor that I have. And I don't even know how to answer your question. I'm thinking about it as we're sitting here, but like goals I have for myself, like I said, I
Excuse me.
working on it, like something I want to do with vending and stuff like that is like I said, I want to pay my car off early if I can. I think that would be a cool thing to do. Try to bring it into like the real world aspect of things, but like I really want to upgrade my inventory over time to like I enjoy slabs more than I enjoy sealed
Mhm.
or singles. I'm of course going to have all three and be as diverse as possible that with whatever makes sense. But really, I just want to vend as many shows as I can that makes sense, and
Mhm.
just keep having fun with the hobby, dude. Just have fun getting to see the lenticular deoxys. Like you don't see those every day. I know we know a guy that has one, which is cool, but like you don't see stuff like that every day. Like I still
Exactly.
have yet to see some cards in person I'd love to see. And like I said, a lot of it's still like the big on the collecting, but like the Lucky Stadium is gonna be you wanna know my biggest goal in the hobby? Getting that Lucky Stadium and getting it in the 7. Like I really, really, really want that. But like business wise or anything like that, it's still early on enough for me to say I'm not sure where this road's going to take me. I know it's already been such an awesome journey
Mhm.
that I just want to keep being a journey. I don't want it to end. And wherever it takes me, however it goes, if I eventually get to just even its end in a collecticon, that would be beautiful just to see it at the grand stage. I don't know. I know my answer's all over the place and nothing's
Yeah, you're good.
straightforward, but it's there's so much unknown that I'm kind of just going with the flow. Because like once again, I'm still working like 50 to 60 hours a week at my full time job, spending
Mhm.
every ounce of free time I have with my fiance because she is my best friend, and we just have a lot of fun together. Like she likes this stuff too. She's super supportive. I have the luckiest man. Like dude, she is so supportive. I can't even express to you how awesome it is to be like, hey, I got a show this weekend. And she'll be like, okay, do you need me to do anything? And I'd just be like, there's never any like no blowback or anything because that's what happens
Mhm.
when you're gonna marry your best friend. But just all in all, I'm very fortunate and very lucky and very thankful to be in the spot I'm in because I was just collecting Pokemon cards and that was it. And
Mhm.
now here we are. Like what I look forward to is like getting off of work and going home and like going through stuff. Like a Friday, I get so antsy getting off work because it's like, okay, I got to comp cards tonight. I got a show tomorrow. I
Mhm.
got to get the car packed. I got to make sure everything, like, I just get so jittery and I get to talking to everybody. And like,
Mhm.
Yeah, to answer your question, man, I just look forward to what's to come, and I don't know what that is,
Yeah.
and I of course feel like I've got my mind in the right place and like what I hope to see, but at the same time, that's not definitive because it could go
Yeah.
so many different avenues. I think it's really
Sure.
just I'm already putting in the hard work, and I'm trying to put in as more and as much as that makes sense. But at the same time, I mean, as you know how volatile the market can be, it's like
Hmm.
I don't want to go all in, you know, until I know it's the right thing to do, I guess you would say. Or I
Hmm.
honestly, I think the people that just take the leap and do it, I commend them so much. I'm too scared, and it's too
Yeah.
early for me now. But I'm saying like even futuristically, I would be so scared unless
Yeah.
like you said, if I had like a 6-figure inventory, that'd be a different thing. But
Yeah.
if we barely touched that 5-digit, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Exactly.
that's the combination of everything. So I don't know, dude. I love Pokemon. I love all the people I've met and continue to meet, and I just don't want it to end, man. I just want to be able to do this, even if it's just once a weekend every month, just to get to do it. Like I'm so excited for this weekend.
Yeah.
It could be a local show. It could be like whatever. I'm just so excited because I get to be around all the like-minded people that are into the same thing. Where there's no drama, there's no negativity, there's no nothing that you experience in like
Hmm.
everywhere else in the world. It's just like
Hmm.
we all love Pokemon cards, or we just are all here to have a good time, and it's all fun and positive. And the hobby really is something special, like you said. It's Pokemon is something that I don't think anybody could have guessed would happen, and or it's really unfortunate for anyone that doesn't participate. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It really is such a cool space to be in. And I'm just happy to be a part of it.
Exactly. And I agree with that. And like what you said, like it's okay to not like. Obviously, I know it's like everyone's like, oh, I have, but at the end of the day, no one knows. Like like something could happen and everything goes to like zero or
Oh
something
yeah,
like
but
that.
that's with
And it's
anything. Like
like,
it's that's with
yeah, and
anything.
it's like, no, like obviously I have played like goals where I'd like to be in the future, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. Like, you just
Oh
have to
yeah,
have if you have like enough faith and like belief in yourself, like Kenny, so what you said, like you're buying the guards to like, because then they're doing 10 or whatever. Like
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like that type of stuff is like that's all that you need. And sometimes that's like the perfect thing to do is just like to keep on keeping on and keep on doing what's working and learning and growing and doing all that stuff, just being a sponge. And it's like for
Yeah.
me, I didn't see like obviously I'm nowhere like close to the level that some of these people are in the space, but I'm
Hmm.
much better than I was at the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
I'm much yeah, and
for
it's
sure.
like I'm the place Rocco in January would have killed to be where Rocco is now.
Yeah, dude.
But
Yes.
but I still want to be where Rocco is in 5 years, but
Yep.
then when I'm there, I'll look back and I'll be like, dang, Rocco in 5 years ago would kill to be where he is now,
Oh,
where I am now. And
absolutely.
it's just like, it's just doing those things. And, if you keep on keeping on, you know, make good moves, don't be stupid,
Yep.
um, which is really hard sometimes.
Oh, it's
Uh,
so hard. I
uh,
mean, so a lot of people would consider this stupid, but
no, well, I think that that's,
I mean, as an investment, it's okay. But I'm just saying, like, to do something and
yeah,
call that PC, a lot of people would be like,
mhm,
"Really?" But that's how much.
yeah,
That's how much like that kind of stuff that means to me. It's not like I have like
exactly.
20 of them. You know what I'm saying?
No,
But
exactly. Exactly.
it is, yeah, yeah. It's
No, for
you
sure.
definitely got
And,
to keep your head in the right space about it and all the decisions you make because
mhm.
like we didn't talk about it and it's no sense in diving into it now. But like I did Whatnot in 2024.
Oh, really?
And that
I
was
didn't know
yeah,
that.
so, like, that was a gap that got left out. I don't know, I just didn't think of it. But I did that just completely not knowing what I was doing, didn't think about it from any, like,
Mhm.
smart business aspects or anything. It was just like, "I'm gonna sell cards to buy more cards." That's all it was. It was that simple,
Yeah.
whatever. And that ended up being bad decisions for me, not the selling aspect, but, like, getting on the app and just swiping,
Mhm.
"Oh, I need this, I want this, I want this," and that's how I
Mhm.
accumulated a lot of stuff that's just like, "Why?" Like, this is
Mhm.
this is I can give you 1,000 whys, but all that stuff, there wasn't a single good justification. You know what I'm saying? Like, I couldn't have given you
Yeah.
any excuse, none of it. It was all stupid. And it's like learning from those mistakes, learning from being a true degenerate, learning and growing
Yeah.
and moving forward. And it's, at first for me, it was like correction. And now I'm a sponge. Now it's like, okay,
Exactly.
I've made the stupid moves. I'm done doing that. You're going to live and you learn. You're going to make mistakes. But there's a difference in like, I was
Exactly.
knowingly doing something stupid Versus now, like if I make a mistake, it's like, oh man, I got to learn from that. I got to not do that again, you know? But that's like the beauty of growing as a human, right? Like we're going to make mistakes. Yeah.
For sure. And I think that that's super cool. Sorry, we didn't touch on that. But
no, it's
like
fine. I
learning,
didn't think of it.
I've had thousands, I've had hundreds of mistakes, thousands of mistakes that like and it's like, you just learn from it. And you keep on pushing. But,
so I keep a stack since I've been vending of the mistakes I've made and missing conditioning. And I need to honestly give these to you. I think I will when I see you. I was keeping them as a reminder to me, but this one doesn't count, but this is going to be my gift to you. I'd already thought of this because you do the ones. I want you to grade this Zekrom.
Oh my goodness. I got you.
I'm pretty sure as long as they do grade it. But I have picked up like this. Has all kinds of dents in it that you just couldn't see at the certain show I was at in the lighting. But it's trash. Like I'm not going to be able to show you on camera. This was another one that I picked up that I didn't catch. I don't remember what's wrong with it, but not just for the sake of time. This I didn't catch, and it had a dog bite in it, like on the corner, like a dog bit it. This one, same way, has like a huge dent in it somewhere, I think, that I didn't catch. And I don't remember. Anyways, there's a Snorlax in this stack. I don't know if it's supposed to be there. I don't remember that one. But anyway, anytime I make like a bad condition call and I get home and I look at it and I'm like, that's how I remember. You know what I mean? But
it's just a reminder, and you just keep on doing it. And like you said, like stay humble is like definitely like one of the biggest things that, because you tend to make more mistakes when you think like, oh, like, you know, like you're just going through the motions and everything. And like staying humble, remembering where you came from, remember where your goals are, I think is like the biggest things for it. I know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But that's super cool. And then my last question for you would be like, what is your, like, I guess your one piece of advice for people that want to either start doing Pokemon or start vending or want to bounce their PC in Pokemon or like whatever, like what is your one piece of advice for those people?
Honestly, and this is controversial because I get it. I would hate to know and love to know the number of packs I've ripped in my lifetime. But if you want that big chase card, buy it. And that's as simple as it gets. Mm-hmm. I love the ripping and I respect it, and I'll do it with you all day long. But it gets to a point, buy your chase card. Yeah. Just do it. Just do it. And that's the best advice I can give anyone when it comes to the collecting aspect of it. Mm-hmm. Because I have tried to pull many cards that I never pulled, and all I did was just watch negatives. Just you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And and aside from that, just stay true to yourself and really try to figure out who you are. I don't think anyone ever truly knows who they are, but they're gonna get close to it the more and more you just try to be yourself and quit worrying what everyone else thinks. You know, this is a space that if you look at young me, I would have never guessed that I'd be on a podcast right now talking about Pokemon. And it's such a beautiful thing that I'm like becoming the person that like I actually am, but the whole time I wasn't being that person. So I think really just learn to not be embarrassed and treat embarrassment as a completely different thing than its definition.
For sure. So, well, yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. I think, definitely buy the chase card. That's something that I've always tried to live by. And if I do collect cards, but thank you. Where can people find you, Sam?
So you can find me literally TikTok, Instagram, even YouTube, all SamhasCards. My name is Sam Haskins. It's kind of fun playing my name. So SamhasCards is the handle on pretty much everything, I think. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. So
awesome.
Yeah, man.
Perfect. Well, thank you for coming on, Sam. I appreciate it.
Man. Thanks for having me. And it's been a great time.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. I hope to see you this weekend.
Dude.
You can catch us both at the Wilson County PokéFest in Nashville. And thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all that type of stuff. And we'll catch you guys next week. But again, thank you, Sam.
Yep.
And
thank you.
Catch you guys next week.